Hi everybody, I'm Michael Darche and welcome to the Firearms Training School. This will be a video on drawing from the holster. Alright, let's talk about drawing from the holster. I'm going to start with an unloaded firearm. I'm going to visually and physically inspect the chamber, face of the breech, magazine well, look away, and I'm going to do that twice. Starting off with an unloaded firearm. So wherever we start our hands, I know the competitive shooters like to start their hands up here. Law enforcement typically are in an interview position. I see military and civilians are starting with the hands someplace down here. Personally, when I'm teaching or practicing the draw, my right hand hangs directly below my holster. I like to have a touch point right here. So at any rate, when it's time to respond to the beep or whatever we have to respond to, both hands move at the same time. And that doesn't matter if your hands are up here or in the interview position. Both hands are going to move at the same time. So for me, I hear the beep. My support hand comes up, it goes someplace in the middle of my chest, and I've always thought it's easy for me to clap right about here. That's a convenient place to have my support hand. So on the beep, my first move on my holster, my hand drives down. I'm going to establish my grip right here because once the gun is out of the holster, it's too late to try to get a good grip on it. There are different schools of thought on where the hands meet. Some instructors teach that the hands move from here, presented out like that, whereas other instructors will teach that the gun is going toward the target and our hands are joining up on the right out. We all agree that the quickest point between two distances between A and B is a straight line. So I don't do this 90-degree angle and press out. My hand comes up and they join on the right out. Somebody explained to me once, it's like someone running down the platform, the train platform, train is going by and our hands meet up. At any rate, my hand comes down, I drive into the gun first, muzzle comes up. As soon as it's out of the holster, I try to level it off as soon as possible. My support hand comes up, and I've always done sort of a karate chop underneath to make sure I get a touch point with the trigger guard. I roll my hand over. Now you can see my index finger is pointed toward the target, and I'll roll it over and show that both thumbs are pointing toward the target. And my hands go up almost like the escalator at the South Shore Plaza. Guns level, I'm finally up on the target. This is where I engage the trigger. One more time. On the beep, both hands move at the same time. Left hand comes up here, muzzle comes out, aim toward the target. I try to get it underneath my dominant eye, which is the right hand for me. The gun is level the entire time, and I wait until the sights are presented on target and I'm ready to shoot. Then I put my finger down and I take a shot. I know that the fast guys, the competitive shooters, their hands come down, they scoop it up, and their finger comes onto the trigger rather quickly. I know that the competitive shooters, first of all, they're not driving their hand down the same way that I am. Competitive shooters are almost scooping it out of the holster, and they're putting their finger on, and they're taking up the slack, and they're engaging their trigger, getting to the wall even before it's all the way up. For new students, I don't advise that. I tell my students, we wait until our sights are up on target, then we put our finger on the trigger. Drawing from the holster is the dangerous thing. It requires a lot of time, a lot of practice. Come see us at the Firearm Training School to learn the process correctly.